Let's look at how to do key-based passwordless authentication using OpenSSH. So I've got two machines, a server and a client. So I'm going to prep the server. First of all, you want to make sure you have the OpenSSH server installed. So you do apt, so sudo apt install OpenSSH server. Make sure that's installed, and once you know for sure that's installed, you want to make sure you enable it. So you can do sudo systemctl enable ssh. Make sure it's enabled, and then you want to start it if it's not already started. So then you get the server up and the server's ready to go. If you have a firewall, you need to make sure you open up the firewall, but that's later. Now, the next thing you want to do on the client machine is going to log into the server without using the password. So it needs to first use a password to get in, but after that, I want to be able to get in there without using a password. So the first thing I want to do is generate a key. So I'm going to use the ssh-keygen command, and it will create this thing right here. I can just press enter all the way through. If I use a passphrase, then it'll make me use the passphrase every time I want to use it. Otherwise, I can leave it blank. And now inside of my .ssh directory, created a .ssh directory, it created these files right here. These are my key right there, and this is the public key. So it's a 2-key pair. All right, now I'm going to use this key. I'm going to set up this key so I can log into the server. First, I want to make sure I can actually log into the server. So if I do a ping server, and you can use an IP address or whatever you need to do to get in there, make sure it's there and it's fine. I can use an SSH into the server. So server. Now I'll log in as my current user, Joseph, onto the server. And I click yes. That saves the key into, the server's key into a file. So I'll log in, and I can go ahead and exit out of the server. So I know I can get into the server. Inside my .ssh directory, I have this known host file that lists the host that I just barely found. Because I logged in, it knows about the host. And now I'm going to try to save my public key over onto the server. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can copy this pub file over there and then put it into an authorized key file, or you can use the ssh-copy-id command, so over a server. And what this will do is it'll copy this pub file into an authorized key file on the server, which once that's copied over, I can try logging into the server again. So if I try this, just copy ID again, it copies over automatically without prompting me for password because it's already there. And now I can SSH into the server, and I'm in there. You can see I'm now in the server. And if I look in the .ssh directory of the server, I can see there is an authorized key file that has been generated, which should have the same information as my pub key. So if I cat out this authorized keys, I can see this is the key from the client. If I exit out, and I'm back on the client machine, and I look in my .ssh directory, you can see there's these files right here. If I cat out my .ssh pub key right there, so id.pub, you can see that this is exactly the same key. So it has copied this key over to the server, which allows me to then authenticate using my private key to check against this public key, make sure it encrypts properly, does the asynchronous encryption, and then it allows me to get in there automatically. So anytime I want to get into the server, I can just SSH into the server and it gets in there automatically without having it prompt for a password. So that's how you do your SSH key-based serverless password authentication.